I used to think getting older meant just adding candles to a cake. Turns out, it means adding little surprises to your knees, your memory, and sometimes your bathroom schedule. If you're over 60 or if you've got someone in your life who is, you've probably felt it. The slow shift. Things you used to do without thinking start to feel like effort. Energy dips. Brain fog creeps in. Muscles don't bounce back. And sometimes you just feel off. Now, I'm not a magician. I don't have a secret pill or a time machine. But I do have something better. Food. Real food. Because what you put on your plate after 60, 70, or even 80, it matters more than you think. Especially when you're living alone and don't have someone reminding you to eat right or stay hydrated. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 foods. 10 simple, no sugar, almost zero carb foods that support your brain, your body, and your independence. And let me tell you, food number 7. Most people toss it out like trash, but it could quietly be saving your joints and your memory. Alright, let's get into it. First up, cabbage. Yep, cabbage. Now before you roll your eyes, just hear me out. Cabbage is like that quiet neighbor you never notice, until one day they fix your fence without being asked. It's full of vitamin C, vitamin K, and fiber. It's good for your digestion, it keeps your gut happy, and it's basically sugar-free and carb-free. There was this woman I used to check in on, lived by herself in her 70s. Always complained about feeling bloated. Tried cutting bread, tried drinking more water, even gave up coffee for a week, which, let me tell you, was a dark time. One day, I suggested roasted cabbage. Olive oil, garlic, salt. That's it. 3 weeks later, she called me and said, "I don't know what's in that cabbage, but I've got energy and my pants fit again." Listen, your gut runs the whole show. Keep it happy, and everything else starts to fall in line. Next, walnuts. Walnuts are little wrinkly brain-shaped snacks. And funny enough, they're great for your brain. They're full of plant-based omega-3s, fiber, protein, and they don't spike your blood sugar. I had a neighbor named Jim. Nice guy, forgetful. Started calling his toaster the microwave. I told him to keep a small bowl of walnuts on the kitchen counter, just a few a day. 2 months later, he said his focus felt sharper. The toaster stayed the toaster. Walnuts help reduce inflammation, too. That means less joint pain, fewer mystery aches, and steadier energy throughout the day. Food number 3, spinach. Now I know, spinach doesn't exactly scream excitement, but it's powerful. It's full of iron, magnesium, vitamin A, vitamin K, and folate. You need all of those to stay strong, think clearly, and keep your bones solid. There was a retired nurse I used to chat with. She started adding spinach to her morning eggs. Nothing fancy, just a handful tossed into the pan. After a few weeks, she said she didn't feel so winded doing housework. Said her legs didn't feel like jello at 3 in the afternoon. That's spinach quietly working behind the scenes. Let's move to number 4, Greek yogurt. Plain, full fat. None of that sugary fruit at the bottom nonsense. Greek yogurt is packed with protein and probiotics. It supports your gut, feeds your muscles, and helps keep you full without spiking your blood sugar. If you're losing muscle after 60, listen carefully. Muscle isn't about vanity. It's about balance. Getting out of a chair without falling. Reaching for a jar without hurting your shoulder. Walking with confidence. Greek yogurt helps with that. One man I knew started adding a scoop to breakfast. Said it kept him from snacking all morning and helped with digestion, too. His words, not mine. My stomach feels like it knows what it's doing again. On to number 5, sardines. Yes, I said sardines. I know they smell a little enthusiastic, but hear me out. They're loaded with omega-3s, protein, vitamin D, and calcium, especially if you eat the bones. And yes, you can eat the bones. They're soft and full of minerals your bones need to stay strong. You know what's scarier than sardines? A broken hip. Sardines are also low in mercury, safer than tuna, easier than salmon, and cheap. That matters, especially when grocery prices are dancing like gas prices. If you're not ready to eat them straight from the can, try this. Mash them with mustard, a squeeze of lemon, and a little olive oil. Put that on lettuce or a slice of low-carb toast. It's better than you think. Food number 6, eggs. Eggs got blamed for cholesterol for decades, but the science has changed. Eggs are great for you, especially the yolks. They're full of protein, vitamin D, choline for your brain, and B vitamins for your energy. There's an 83-year-old man I know who eats 2 eggs every morning. Says it's the only breakfast that keeps him going without making him sleepy an hour later. You can scramble them, boil them, make an omelet, whatever you like. They're easy, affordable, and your muscles love them. Next up, olive oil. They call it liquid gold for a reason. It reduces inflammation, helps you absorb nutrients, supports your brain, and keeps your joints from feeling like rusty hinges. One woman told me she takes a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil every morning. Says her hands don't ache like they used to, and she's not the only one. Use it to cook, drizzle it on veggies, or even mix it into yogurt with a pinch of salt. Sounds weird, but it works. Food number 8, chicken thighs. Everyone's always talking about chicken breast, but after 60, you want the thighs. They've got more iron, more zinc, and they're easier to chew and digest. Zinc helps your immune system, your skin, and your healing. Iron helps you stay energized. You roast chicken thighs with olive oil, garlic, and a little rosemary. You've got yourself dinner and medicine in one pan. Now, number 9, avocados. Healthy fats, fiber, potassium, and hardly any sugar. They help lower bad cholesterol, support your brain, and keep your heart happy. Avocados are also super easy to prep. Slice, scoop, sprinkle some salt, done. Or mash it with olive oil and lemon juice for a quick spread. I know someone who eats half an avocado before bed and swears it helps them sleep better. I don't argue with results. Last but not least, number 10, wild-caught salmon. If you're going to splurge on one thing, let it be this. Salmon is loaded with omega-3s, protein, and antioxidants. It supports your memory, your heart, your skin, and your joints. There's a reason it's called brain food. And no, farm salmon doesn't count. Look for wild-caught. Even if it's just once a week, it can make a real difference. Alright, let's bring this home. You don't need a perfect diet. You don't need to memorize every vitamin. But you do need to eat like your future depends on it. Because in a way, it does. These 10 foods, they're not fancy. They're not trendy. But they work. They help you stay strong, stay steady, and stay sharp. And if you're living alone, even more reason to build simple habits that give back every day. So, which of these foods are already in your kitchen? And which one are you curious to try next? Let me know in the comments. I love hearing what's working for you. If this helped, give the video a thumbs up so more people can find it. Share it with someone you care about. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Take care of yourself. You've got wisdom, you've got experience. And with the right foods, you've got fuel to enjoy it all a little longer. See you next time.